Welcome to another episode of
RyCanTopMyKnee
รายการต่อไปนี้
I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Kevin, and we are a voiceless podcast that talks about our fave shows and all the press and mess around them. Bitch, I am back. I feel refreshed. I feel replenished. I feel reset.
Okay, reset. All right, bring that back. All right, I see what you did there.
So are you going to ask me about my trip?
Of course. How was your trip?
It was great.
Was it really? Was it life-changing?
It wasn't life-changing. I've been to Mexico City before.
Mhm.
We had a little bit of a hiccup on
Your second day or your
it
third
was the
day, right?
second day. On
Mm.
Monday, there was a big storm that caused flooding in the building in which we had our Airbnb, to the point they had to shut off the water pumps.
Oh
So we had to switch
no.
Airbnbs, and we switched them twice. It's a long story. I'll save it for Discord.
No, give us the tea. You had a split splash water park in Mexico? What's going
No,
on?
I mean, we didn't have water in our Airbnb because the water was shut off because of the flooding. The pumps shut
Oh.
them off. So, but we ended up, after changing Airbnbs twice, we did get one that we ended up staying in for the rest of our trip, which ended up working out pretty good for us.
I
So,
see, I see. Okay,
yeah. So
that's good. That's
overall, it
good.
wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
But that's all.
well, that's all. I guess we'll get more into your Mexico trip later.
Yes, indeed. And right now, I think it's time to get to word on the tweet.
Okay, word on the tweet. I mean, you've probably been off BL Twitter all week since you were away, right?
For the most part, because I was making my own BL. That is correct.
Yes, your own BL. But yeah, there's stuff happened this week on Twitter. Stuff happened.
Okay.
Like first, well, this is all out of order, honestly. But let's talk about Cool Heart did an interview. I don't know where, but he did an interview. I would love to like watch or read the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he talked about like just like his experience in the BL industry and how people have treated him, because you know he is a very like flamboyant, like very
Right.
out there person, and people have been, you know, some people have been really nice and receptive to it, and a lot of people have been, you know, a lot of
Bitches.
homophobic, honestly, because they like he said like how it's so ironic how they want to, you know, they want to see gay content, they want to see two boys and ship two boys in a show, but then when they don't want to actually see gay people in these shows.
You know what? I'm going to
yeah.
say this to Cool Heart. Let the haters hate.
Yeah.
Because honestly, you know what? I don't understand. I'm in the same place with him. You are watching two men kiss, get nasty, spread fluids, all of that.
Not spread fluids.
And you are wanting them to be one kind of way, when gay folk are just as diverse as everybody else. You're going to have those who are more femme, those who are more mass, those who play sports, those who wear makeup, a mix of those things, all of those, and that is all okay. Like, there's a reason why queerness has a rainbow.
Yeah, these people don't want to see the rainbow. They want to see two straight men, straight acting masculine men on screen.
If you want to see that, there's porn. Go ahead.
Honestly, some of these people just, you need to go watch porn.
Just watch porn.
Don't watch
BL
because you don't care about actual gay people. You don't care about gay stories.
You just want to fetishize people, and the space to do that is in porn, because that's what porn is meant for.
Oop.
And if that's what you want, great. If you want to see fluids being squirted out all over the place.
Oh my god. Look at you. Back from Mexico, you still raunchy and nasty.
Because raunchy and nasty things happened in Mexico.
Oh, did they?
They did.
Oh.
And that's all you need to know. Anyway, what else is going on?
All right. Well, today, this happened just today. Did you see that meme? Well, from Me, Mine, Why? You know, meme from the whole Darn Type universe.
Yes.
No. She is dropping a new project called the Apollo Project, or Project Apollo. And it looks like they're looking for like fresh new talent for the company, probably new boys, a new ship. But the prize at the end of this show is a plastic surgery makeover.
Wait. Oh, what?
Literally, what?
Maine.
That's so. I was like, this is low key problematic. What is she saying?
Uh,
Like,
the
looking for ugly looking, non
so the
conventionally attractive
reward
men
is
is
we're going to
we're gonna give you a
maim
new
people's
face,
face. Maine,
man.
sis.
That's wild. That's wild.
I, huh?
A whole new face. They said we'll give you brow lift, uh, nose job, lip filler,
Okay, you know what?
a jaw implant,
Maine,
a chin
I don't
implant. I
like
don't know.
this. I don't like this, Maine. This is weird.
This is
It's
I don't know. This
weird.
feels a little weird.
It's no.
Like I see what they're doing. They're like trying to give someone that wouldn't have an opportunity the opportunity to be in the spotlight.
Because
Like
they're not
like
conventionally
yeah,
good
if you're not
looking.
conventionally good looking and you're a really good actor and you just need a
Well,
little nip and tuck, then
well,
maybe.
maybe some people want to see different kinds of faces. Like,
What if you want to see real people on screen? Yeah.
yeah, someone who looks just average. Like, not everybody needs to look like this conventional way of pretty.
No one needs to look like handsome Squidward.
Right. We don't
On
need this all the time. Like,
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
anywho, what else is happening? Oh, I think I know what you're going to talk about because you cannot not talk about this.
I have
You
to.
have to.
So, apparently there was a meme. Well, there was an image that dropped online. It was like a screenshot of a post from a Facebook channel or Facebook group,
Hmm.
and it was like in Portuguese, right? It was in
I
Portuguese.
thought it was in Spanish.
It was in either Spanish or Portuguese.
I think it was Spanish.
All right. So it was like saying translated. It was saying like it was obviously like a copy pasta.
Yeah.
It was like an image of Jung and like a American and like a gay flag,
Hmm.
and it said like, "Oh, Jung donates like $2 million to an LGBT organization," and the quote was like, "I wish they can find a cure as soon as possible,"
Yeah.
as in like like a cure for being gay.
Right.
And like I saw it and I was like, "Oh, this is like a silly little like post. Like this
Hmm.
obviously isn't real." But Jung saw it on Twitter. He was like, "Should I?" He like quoted it on Twitter and was like, "Should I call my lawyers?" Like what?
Yeah, because it's just it doesn't. Okay. Now we saw this, and I think a lot of people have seen this already.
Yeah.
At least I hope so. And I think we thought, as you thought, that that's one of those things that should have stayed in the group chat.
It's like a I understand this like a silly little copy pasta that's like a little meme,
Right.
but I just don't think yeah, it doesn't translate online and I guess it's just meant to be like something in the like
In Latam.
yeah, in the Latin groups like it's just a funny little joke between them.
Right.
And it's never meant to actual like the artist actually see it. But the thing is like what happens if the artist does see it? Like
Right. And the thing is, they put it on Facebook, and it seems as if it was in public or someone.
someone was
It was in a
sabotaging.
private group.
Yeah, and
And then they
someone
made
took it out.
public.
Yeah, someone took it out and put that on blast on Twitter, causing mess.
Right.
So I don't know. It's like I get that it's a joke, but like I don't know. Does it is a joke? I don't know. When the idol actually sees the joke, and it's obviously it doesn't feel like a joke to them. Like what do
Of
you do?
course not. Yeah, and I think GMMTV released a statement that it must be stopped immediately. But then, if I'm not mistaken, the Latam community or someone representing that Facebook group also released a statement, correct?
Yeah, they were just they were just showing their anger really because they were
Mm,
mad that the only time they ever get any kind of recognition from any of these idol companies or acting companies is when
mm-hmm,
something bad is going on.
mm,
So they feel like you only see the bad from us, you only see the negative press that happens, you
mm,
you never see the support.
mm.
And yeah, I don't know,
It's,
a lot
well,
to
there's a lot to digest with that.
digest about that. I can't say whether or not because I'm not in those spaces.
Yeah, and the only thing I can say is it is weird. I could see exactly why June gets like, should I sue? Like, should I
Yeah,
take
like, is
legal
this
action?
defamation or is this just a silly little joke?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
But also at
I
the
can see
same time,
both sides to the coin.
and
Yeah.
I understand what the Latam communities are thinking, because really the only time they get recognized is just through having fan meets down there.
Yeah, I mean they are known for the come to Brazil, come to whatever, come to
Right. And they do.
and they do.
They
And
do.
these places do get a lot of fan meets
More so than the US currently, but
because they actually show out. They show
right,
up and show out
they
down
show
there.
up in big numbers all the time, and not saying the US isn't necessarily, but we have to remember we live in a country that is very Amerocentric. So anything that's not American, it's hard for the general public to digest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and speaking of things to digest, did you digest your show of the week?
I did. My show of the week, Kevin.
Well, let's get into it. What was your show this week?
Kevin, my show this week, I put, because I know your show last week was My Sweet Brother-in-Law, and you gave such a juicy little intro.
I sure did.
So I know I had to give a juicy little intro.
Mm.
Those first two episodes were wild. That demon twink, Kevin, that's a demon twink.
A demon twink and a cheating husband.
I was not ready for that. I was not ready for him to be married.
Oh, we're definitely spoiling this.
We're spoiling the first two episodes, which is 30 minutes, y'all. Y'all can watch this. It's on YouTube.
Go ahead and get your life.
It is
and watch
so
the show.
good.
It is so good.
Oh my god!
And like I told you, that first 15 minutes did way more than whatever that show is. The last show Bobbin was in.
Ooh.
I forgot the name of it because that's how forgettable it is.
We don't talk about judging teenagers.
Oh yeah, Teenager Judge. There we go.
But this show is, I don't know. This is so messy. This kid is dating the little sister of his high school or college TA.
His college
TA, and that he slept with.
Yes. And is sleeping with.
And is continuing to sleep with. And like it goes both ways, because this man is a grown man who has a wife and is continuing to sleep with this college student who is dating who is engaged, who is his student and is engaged to not just dating, is engaged to his sister.
A mess.
Kevin, this is a mess.
And these two ladies know nothing about this.
Honestly, but I have my suspicions that everyone's in on it. Everyone is low key in on it.
We'll see, because
there's no way she doesn't see that limp wrist on that demon twink.
Well, who knows? I will say, though, the one thing that gagged me is this cheating husband. I guarantee that he has not sprayed those walls of his wife yet, because he's spraying the walls of this demon twink.
They're married. They have had to have consummated the marriage at one point. He's a bi king. He's a cheating bi king.
Maybe once. And that's it. And even then, he probably wore a condom because he's not ready to have a baby.
I mean, it looked like he didn't even want her on her birthday. She's like, hey, remember, it's my birthday.
Instead, what he did was he went to the demon twink and sprayed those walls instead.
Oh my!
And forgot.
He said, I'm not coming home tonight, so
because I'm at work. That's what
I'm at work with the boys. So
yeah, he's working a boy, all right.
Well, that made no sense. Go home to your wife
on her birthday.
On her birthday, but it looked like she didn't care too much. It looked like she probably has a side piece too, which is like, all right, marriage of convenience. I don't know.
We'll find out more. There's 3 more episodes.
I want this mess to be longer.
This could have been maybe a good 12.
This could have been good. This is juicy.
Yeah, because it's so nasty and so rude, and I love it.
So nasty.
My show this week, I'm giving it to My Stubborn.
Okay, My Stubborn.
Actually, you know what? I take it back.
Oh, you take it back. Our first take back.
I'm giving it to Leap Day. I'm sorry. You know what? It's a straight show. Right. Well, it's a non-BL. And Leap Day is way too good. And if you like supernatural, if you like mess, if you like drama, if you like almost murder, it's all of those things.
All of those things and above. And if you like skinny
and if you like Same Pond, giving the suggestion of nudity. It's there.
Oh, he's so
Um,
bad, yada yada.
well, the best part of the show is Gunn. Gunn is acting down his role as expected.
Yeah, he
Gunn
is.
is
He's playing.
doing he's playing an autistic older brother
Oh,
or
he's the
older
older
cousin,
brother.
yeah, older
Oh,
cousin
cousin.
To
Mm,
Pond's character. And he is pretty much the catalyst to solving the mystery around Leap Day. So
mm,
do I think everyone should watch it? Yes. It's already 9 episodes in. It comes out on Tuesdays on GMMTV's YouTube channel.
okay, okay.
But it is good. It is so good. That's why I had to change it because My Stubborn is entertaining. It's not a great show, but it's very entertaining. This is a
Mm.
good show. Period.
Oh, period. And that's on
Okay.
period.
And speaking that, I put a period on that. Now it's time to show you the other shows that have a period on them because they're done. Okay. So there are 2 shows that have ended as far as you know. One of them is Fight for You, which is a Taiwanese
Taiwanese
BL.
BL Fight for You is on ITE the past
And
12 weeks.
IGE and Gaga Lala. And I have not watched the last episode yet.
I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, honestly. I don't know. I got
It
real.
started dragging towards the end. And so I can't even give the show a rating yet because I need to at least watch the last episode.
Yeah.
So I will. Maybe we'll get back to it next week. I don't know. The other one that just ended that we both finished is Sweet Tooth Good Dentist. Before we even get into it, Mark and Ohm talked about how this show was like their project, I
Yeah, it's
guess.
their debut
It's
couple
their
project.
debut, and they were hoping that it would do better than it did.
Yeah, they had a lot
And
of people had high hopes for the show. I think even Pete Off, he produced the show. He wasn't a director, but he was a producer on the
right,
show, and he like claimed that this show was going to be very, what did he quote it as uh, like therapy, beautiful therapy,
mm-hmm.
relationship therapy, something like that.
and it was uh,
It was. It wasn't the worst show ever.
no, it wasn't because we've seen
It
far
had
worse.
really cute moments, had really funny moments at times.
Mm-hmm.
It had a lot of weird editing choices,
especially in that first episode.
especially in the first couple episodes. A lot of weird jump cuts, a lot of weird editing cuts, a lot of weird filters, and then like the plot in the middle got a little confusing. It got a little draggy.
I will say one
I
thing
don't
I'm
know.
glad that they did was I was not hoping for that thing with Gug and Tada. I'm glad that did
I'm
not work
so
out.
glad. Like that was, but even then, like, why did we need
Well,
this?
we didn't need that, you know.
We could have had the View and the girl Tara and By Four to actually have a full-fledged side couple storyline.
Right.
But instead,
Instead,
we
it's
had
Gug
like
trying to chase over a lesbian.
she's bi. I think they're both bi or something.
I don't know, but the point
It
is,
felt
she
kind of
didn't
like
want him.
Yeah, it felt like a weird like forced bi thing.
Yeah.
It looked like they were honestly together, and then the show was like, we need to stir some drama up for Gug because he needs a storyline. So let him try to break up with Gio.
He could have just been a side.
He could have been the goofy friend.
Right, and that's it. He needs to have love today.
Ta-da. That really irked me because there were some moments where I was like, "Yikes! Are they really?"
It was kind of weird.
It felt weird, and then in the end they didn't, and maybe from the backlash. No, this is all pre-recorded.
Yeah,
but yeah, she ended up going back to her girlfriend, but it's still like they had like no screen time as a couple together. They didn't kiss, they didn't hug, they didn't
it was weird.
They like didn't touch at all. Really, it felt very like so fake at the end too.
Right, it felt like they're just two friends.
Yeah, it felt like they were just two girls. Like they didn't feel like a couple.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was really weird.
What do we give this show?
I Jimmy saved the show for me. He
He
made
did,
me
and I
keep
love
watching.
seeing that surprise at
Like,
the end with, oh, I'm not, should I say it?
yeah, this is the whole show review.
Yeah, should I tell them about Jimmy C making an appearance?
I think at the end of Perfect 10 Liners, during that storyline in the first half, like
Mm-hmm.
C was also in that show, and he was like, "Oh, my boyfriend's a doctor," or he's like, "Yeah, my
Mm,
partner's a doctor." So it's like they always like allude to each other in all these like
mm-hmm.
cameos in the show, and it was cute that we actually got to see C for a second in the show, and he was
Yes.
like, "Hey."
Yeah, and you could tell like they were budding a relationship. So
Jimmy saved the show for me. I will give this show. It wasn't the worst show ever, but I'll give it like a 6.5.
I would also give it a 6. It could have been better. It had promise, but it wasn't horrible.
Like it had a lot of good moments, but a lot of bad moments
Mm-hmm.
just really stand out to me too.
Yeah, and it just needs to stand down.
Ooh,
Anywho,
the dentist needs to
the dentist needs to retire
his gold tooth. I don't know. What are we
he,
saying? What are we saying?
he needs to retire some of his tools. But anyway, speaking of that, we got some new shows, I believe, to talk about. Um, let's get into it.
All right.
So there are two new shows, and these are actually kind of old, as in they came out last week, but we forgot to talk about them.
There's too much happening in the world.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there's too much. One of them is Trapped in Osaka, so this is kind of a late alert. It's Chinese, despite the name, and it came out May 29th, and it's available to watch on Thursdays on YouTube. I have not seen a single episode of the
I've
show.
never heard of this before.
I have seen posters for it, like
Oh,
online.
okay,
And I was like, oh, what is this? And there you go. It is a Chinese BL that literally came out.
Chinese BL about what? Two boys trapped in Japan?
I think so.
Word.
So let's see. And then the other one is a new Vietnamese BL that also came out last week. Funny enough, around the same time that My Sweet Brother-in-Law came out. But I guess My Sweet Brother-in-law, that mess overshadowed this.
Yeah, it took the cake.
Yeah, that's why this show is called Life Gives Us Sadness, because now they sad that another show is taking over their spot.
No.
Vietnamese BL came out May 30th, and it's available to watch on Fridays on YouTube. I'm going to look this up and get a little bit more information about the show and see if it's hitting, the walls that it needs to hit.
You
And
and
go
your
from
walls.
there.
Oh my. Yeah, I'll give this a look.
Yeah,
I'll
let's see
give it
if
a
it's
look.
hitting,
I'll give it a
because
gander.
we already know My Sweet Brother-in-Law is hitting walls, backside, upside, showers, eardrums,
Anyways.
prostates.
Anyways. Okay, Nets.
But it's doing a lot. It's doing everything that it needs to do and more.
And then some.
And then some, and then come. So with that said, we should go ahead, and there is something that is really good that I do want to talk about.
Really good that just came out last week.
Just came out, and it has me reset. So I came back reset because I watched Reset, and I got to see Pond once again. And we're not talking about GMMTV Pond. We saw him in Leap Day. We're talking about Pond from 180 degrees longitude, passes through us.
Not goes between us. Goes behind us.
Goes in us.
He was also in Forever You.
He was also in Forever You.
I think a lot of people know him from Forever You more than 180 degrees.
They need to go see 180 degrees longitude passes through us, because she
took all the awards with that.
All the awards.
In my mind, she took all the awards.
Great.
With that.
Forever You was there.
Ooh.
Like, it wasn't a bad show.
I still haven't seen it yet.
I like the side couple more in that show, but I digress. So can we go into Reset, and if you don't mind giving us a little synopsis?
All right, I will.
Okay.
All right, so synopsis for Reset. On the night of his greatest success, famous actor Armin dies after being betrayed by his lover, Charlie. However, death is not the end. Going back in time and meeting mysterious fan TD. The
Mm.
path to superstardom begins again.
Mm.
And there you go.
It is. So we were talking about this earlier. It has some parallels
To my
to my
stand-in.
stand-in. It has some parallels to Top Form,
Mm-hmm.
which, by the way, we are and will work on our
We're
review.
still working on that, y'all.
Yeah,
Hey,
like I said, we
Kevin was
won't.
away. Kevin was away.
Yeah, we won't take a month, 2 months like we did with
I
Jail
know.
Boys. We
We're not gonna be too
promise.
behind on that, but
Yes. Um, it's
it's
it's a
good.
good start.
It's
It's a
good. It's
very good
giving
start.
Lacorn. It's giving drama. It's
It's
giving acting. It's giving romance.
it's giving
It's
bromance. It's
giving
giving,
it's giving shady
and I
villains. It's
think there's gonna
giving
be homance.
oh,
Like, and I love hoeing.
it's gonna be giving romance. But
Yeah.
I mean, did you notice that there's a lot of actors that we've seen in other shows in this?
Yes, there is. There is Shell from Playboy, who was my favorite to look at, even though that show should have been called No Boy.
Play
Because they
with
were,
my boy, the
yeah,
series. It's funny that Shell is in this, and then that is in the boxing show.
yes.
So like both these boys from this one pair are like split up now.
Yeah.
Weirdly to
Probably
do
for
other
the
things.
best. But because we don't need another Playboy.
But
And
we are getting
unfortunately, we
one.
getting one.
We're getting
Something we
one.
didn't ask
Apparently,
for.
we're getting one.
Something we
But
didn't ask for.
also, if you notice, Winner, who was in my stand-in, is
Hmm.
in this again. So I'm like, I look at you. You love playing like a.
And Winter looks fine
He looked real
AF
good.
in this show. Like he's never been ugly, but man, I don't know what he has going on in this show, but he looking so lickable.
Oh,
I almost went through the screen and was like, I'm going to lick his lollipop. I almost did that.
you
Almost.
said Joe? Is that you,
I
Joe?
was like, Joe, and I was like, I'm not Ming, I promise.
I'm not Ming. I swear I'm not Ming.
I'm not Ming.
Um,
Um,
and then we have First. If you know First, of course, from Don't Say No, Tharn Type 2, Be My Favorite. And then yeah, I think those were like the three so far that I like knew from something else. There's probably other people too.
there's probably some others, but overall, this show has been really good. I love. So I guess we're gonna spoil the first episode a
We
little
have to.
bit.
It's by the time this has come out, the second episode is already out. So like
Right.
you should already be on it, y'all.
Yeah, and if
Watch
you're
it.
not on it, you need
Take
to
a
get on
pause
it.
and then go watch it right now.
Exactly. You need to get on it and get lubricated before you get on it. I promise. Okay. So
No one was lubricated this episode. All right.
no one, and this to be, I swear. We start off with Armin, who wins an award for best actor.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
during
see
this
all these
whole
shady little bitches in the
this whole
background.
time he's like going up to get his award, people giving looks and like he, as if he put some put some nasty oil in their bread and now they all upset. Like
Nasty oil. What? Yeah, they all mean mugging
they
him
all
as he's
mean
going up the
mugging,
stairs.
scrunching up
They
their
mad
face
as hell that
like
he
they
won.
sour, like they had a damn sour patch that was stale. Like
Oh my god. And yeah, and he like reveals that I don't know if this is like the reveal of the century, but yeah, he's like, I want to thank, the one person who's guiding me throughout everything, and it's like Charlie, and it's like alluding to like I have like a partner
right.
back at home that I'm thinking.
So then when he gets home, we realize that he is invited, like all the press.
Yeah, he's like, I want to go home to see my man. Like, I want to
Right.
reveal my man to the world.
Right.
And he finds his man cheating with one of his
with
buddies.
his best friend.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they almost half naked. They're not all the way naked, but they almost there.
They was about to have round three in
his house, in his bedroom. And then they get into a fight where it gets physical and bloody. And then Armin ends up
tossed over
the balcony and falls down
to his death.
Yeah. Well, does he die or is his head just severely injured?
No, you would die if you fall off that high.
Some people don't. Some people just paralyzed.
His head was bleeding so much.
Right, and his eyes were open, and we're not sure what happens next. Is he ends up being transported back to 1999 when he started his career.
Yeah.
And we can't tell if this is all happening in his head or if he time traveled.
Hey, just like my stand-in, we were like, we don't know if this is actually supernatural or is this like a separate world. You can
Right.
body swap.
Right.
Here, like, yeah, are we going back in time for real to like right your wrongs?
Right.
Are you going back in time so you can finally meet this mysterious TD man that's
Right.
been like your secret fan club that's been supporting you forever?
Right.
This hot juicy man, Peter Pan.
And he pretty much, he corrects some of his wrongs. With that role that he was doing, he was some supporting actor who only had a very small amount of lines, and he couldn't get that right before. But then
He said, "Let
because
me show y'all."
he showed up and showed out, like he got these people crying.
He said, "Let me use my newfound 20 years of knowledge."
Right. I'm
He's like
surprised.
essentially like a 40-year-old man, like a
And a
20-year-old
body.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm surprised he didn't get people peeing on themselves.
Anyways.
Yeah, but definitely he was getting something wet to the point that people were
like, "Oh, you were
gagged.
really good. Oh my god, where did that come
Yes.
from?"
And people were hating as
His
well
manager
too.
hating.
His manager is stank.
She's still pushing this like little twink next to her.
Yeah,
For
so
20 years
pretty
later, she's
much
still pushing him.
she's trying to sell actors to producers, but she also trying to sell actors to
sell
Johns and Jonases.
Oh,
Okay.
to sell whole.
Yeah, she's trying to hold them out, so she can get that back pay. So she's an agent and a pimp ass agent.
Oh
That's
my
what
god.
she is.
And it really happens. We saw that you never saw War Y, but there was a storyline about that in War Y. With
that some agents pimp out their actors, which is wild. And so she don't like him because he's like, I'm keeping my hole clenched because that's not what I came here for.
Ooh, pretty much.
And pretty much, like he said, if I have to be an extra all my life, I'll be an extra all my life. He said,
I'd rather die.
Yep, he said, I'd rather die instead of having my hole busted wide open.
Oh my god. Anyways,
yeah,
but he's ready for it to be busted open by this beautiful man, TD.
Yes. He doesn't know that this is TD. He doesn't know this man is intentionally being rich and being mysterious, but he is very rich.
He look rich. He look expensive.
He looks expensive. He is expensive. He just bought a condo in the same building, so then he could.
He a little bit of a creeper.
He a little bit creepy, but you know what? If you put money down, you can be a tad creepy, just a smidge.
Money will like smooth it over.
Just a smidge. I don't want you too creepy. I don't want you like stealing my underwear and stuff like that. That's a little weird, But if you just living across the hall and you just want to make sure I'm okay, maybe that's all right.
We shall see.
It depends on how much money you put down and if it's cash or direct deposit. Okay.
Oh my god. He's not sending actual money. He's sending little gifts in there. He's probably sending like food support. Maybe he's sending Ubers or something. I don't know.
Well, not Ubers. It's $19.99. There's no Uber.
He's sending taxis.
Taxis, yeah. And new landline phones.
Maybe so like money bouquets. You know those money bouquets.
Maybe.
Those are cute.
So overall, I'm loving the way the show is starting.
Me too.
I'm excited.
I'm so excited for episode 2. I think when we're recording this now, is episode 2 out? When does it come out? It comes out on like Mondays or something? I forgot.
I don't remember if it's Mondays or if it's Sundays or Saturdays or something.
Too many shows.
But it comes out soon. Again.
check IGE.
Check IGE for when it comes out. Yeah, because I don't forgot. Okay. But it is a good show. Now, I want you to do a top 5, Jonathan, because I was in Mexico and you did help me curate a whole DL, and I was being messy and all of that. So, what top things are you hoping happen to me in Mexico? And I can confirm or deny on Discord.
On Discord, you better confirm right now. Buddy.
It's going to be on Discord. So if you want to know, get into our Discord and I'll tell you the tea all there.
The information.
No, I'm just putting it on a different platform. So if you want to know, you can get into it and, maybe you might get something in your hole or be able to put something in a hole. I don't know.
You nasty.
Yeah, it's late.
Nasty.
It's late, so I can be as nasty as I want to be. Like,
I'm so sorry, viewers, listeners that are listening to this at 8 a.m. on the commute to work. Like, this is not it.
That's okay. Just hope not in the car.
Oh my God. So the first thing, I said you probably had some kind of diarrhea.
I did not. Someone did, but not me.
Oh, boom. So I still get a point.
That's the one thing I still get a point. Yep. Yeah, so I kind
So
of
someone on your
let you.
trip
I
who
gave
had
y'all a freebie.
diarrhea.
The rest, I'm just going to nod or make a noise.
Wait, but who had it? Explain who had it.
I'll explain on Discord.
Oh my god. Anyway, so did someone miss a flight?
I'll explain on Discord.
Oh my god. Someone smooched a gentleman caller.
I'll explain on Discord.
Someone got engaged?
Whoa, 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 whoa! The ring didn't mean a thing to
Copyright
you.
strike. Copyright strike. She's coming after you for sure. She wants that money.
That song never came out,
Ooh.
so there's that.
And I said friendships were broken up.
Oh, oh,
Oh.
oh! Do I have tea?
I want the tea. Kevin, give me the tea. Spill a little bit. Spill a little bit.
I'll spill more on Discord, but I'll spill more with you after we're done recording.
Cha, I'm tired.
Yes, it is late somewhere in New York. So
I mean, I hope you had a good, messy trip.
yes, I did.
I can't wait to hear this tea. You probably
Yes, and more will be on Discord for those who are logged in, so you can get
ain't no
all
one's
the tea.
running. Ain't no one's running.
They gonna run. Yeah, they gonna run like
Right.
diarrhea. They gonna run.
So someone had diarrhea. Oh my god.
So they gonna run like diarrhea. With that said, that is it for this episode of I Can Top My Knee. Run like diarrhea and pee on your.
Yo, we just recorded something and he's delirious right now. He's delirious.
Because it's late.
Because it's late, but I hope the ride in your life doesn't reset that knee.
Amen.
I hope they do reset that knee. Because get that knee checked.
Get that knee checked and get that ass douched.
Oh my god. All right, good night.
Good night. Good night.